There is something about aging abroad that makes you notice the passage of time in a completely different way. Maybe it's because you're already navigating a new culture, new foods, new customs, and then one day your body just quietly taps you on the shoulder and says, "Oh, by the way, we're changing too." Yesterday, I picked up my new glasses here in Jamaica. Now, I've worn readers before, for a little assistance in menus and reading that microscopic font on food labels designed by people who clearly have the eyesight of eagles. But this time, y'all, I graduated to bifocals. Friends, I have entered a new chapter. Apparently, my eyes and I have reached a disagreement. My distance vision has decided it no longer wishes to participate, and my reading vision packed its bags years ago and moved out quietly in the middle of the night. So now I have glasses with zones. A whole visual real estate development is happening on my face. I got to look through the top to see the mountains. I got to look through the bottom to read my phone. Then I got to look through the middle and apparently enter another dimension. The first few hours of wearing these glasses were humbling. I felt like a newborn giraffe trying to walk. I looked down to step off a curb, and suddenly the ground looked 3 feet closer than it actually was. I'd glance at my phone and then look up at a tree and spend a few seconds waiting for the island to come back into focus. And I understand now why older people move their heads instead of just their eyes. I never understood that before, but it's not dramatic, it's engineering. And suddenly a mystery from my childhood was solved. I finally understand why older women used to look over the tops of their glasses. You know the look, the one that's like, "Excuse me?" The one that could stop bad behavior from 30 feet away. That look that your grandma gave you when she already knew you were lying before you even finished the sentence. Because as a child, I always thought it was just attitude, but no, it was optics. Because if they looked through the wrong section of those glasses, you became blurry and the lie became harder to peep. Now I catch myself lowering my chin and peering over the frames, and I think, oh my goodness, I've become one of them. And honestly, it's kind of fabulous. Because there is something beautiful about aging, not because we enjoy every part of it. Nobody wakes up excited about bifocals, but aging means we stayed. We survived long enough to need glasses. We laughed enough, cried enough, loved enough, lost enough. We've earned every gray hair, every laugh line, every pair of reading glasses, and every little accommodation our bodies ask for along the way. Aging abroad adds another layer to that experience. Because while my eyes may be changing, my world is still expanding. So here I am at 55 years of age, living in Jamaica, learning new things, building a new life, making new friends, navigating new experiences, and apparently relearning how to walk downstairs in bifocals. Life is funny that way. Just when you think you've mastered adulthood, your eyesight says, "Wonderful, here's your next assignment." So these days, I'm giving myself grace. If I hold the menu at arm's length in your presence, mind your business. If I tilt my head back to read something, mind your business. And if I look over the top of my glasses at you with that seasoned woman stare, just know I'm not being rude. I'm simply using the correct viewing portal. And for those of you who have already entered your bifocal era, tell me this. How long does it take before you stop feeling like you're walking on a funhouse floor? I really want to know. Thank you for listening. Love, health, and wealth. Peace.